2021 has been one hell of a year. In some ways, it was just about the same as 2020, and yet in some ways it was better than 2020, in my book at least. I shared in my anticipation for a No Way Home video that I was experiencing some heartbreak, starting off the year very hopeful, experiencing my first relationship ever, only then for it to not work out about halfway through the year. No animosity, no hard feelings, but still, it's really hard to move on some days. It's really hard not to wonder what could have been. And that's just my own personal story. I've experienced a lot of other things too that helped me along the way, set me back in some ways, but I've had a lot of encouraging and happy experiences to heal from that. A great support group of friends, and having you guys continuing to watch my stuff, commenting on my content, continuing to support me, it's so greatly appreciated. Especially with the way the world is right now, still freaking out over COVID in a lot of ways, wondering are we really ever going to get out of this pandemic? More than confident the pandemic's going to end at some point. Hopefully in the near future. I don't know how long it'll last fully, but at some point it's got to end. And we still hear about the Omicron variant and Delta and all these other things, and yet people flocked to the theater to see No Way Home in large droves, therefore causing it to hit the $1 billion mark. So I think in a lot of ways people have moved on from this. I'll try not to get too deep into that because my own personal opinions on this whole situation is irrelevant, and everybody's got their opinions, and I've heard plenty and then some for the last nearly 2 years, and it's been exhausting to say the least. And I think every one of you can agree with that. It's been a really interesting 2 years. Hard to think that it's been 2 years that this has been going on. Nearly 2 years. What do we do going forward? Well, it looks like things are starting to clear up little by little. Not as fast as we would like, or what I would like. In a way, I kind of akin it to the way we started off 2020 with a new decade, very optimistic, then only to have it go down the drain, and it seemed like the apocalypse was happening, which it wasn't. But it, in a way, gave us similar feelings that the first Last of Us gave us, where it seemed like everything was going wrong, and we were all wondering if we were going to infect each other or catch this bug that's running around. Going into 2021 with a more hopeful outlook, now that the vaccine was starting to be distributed, and only then to experience some more pain and misery and grief in our own ways. Whatever that looks like for you, that's your own story. Me, well, I've already said it. And now that we go into 2022, I'm sure there's people out there that aren't really that hopeful. And I gotta admit, I'm not really sure if I wanna embrace the new year because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of changes coming my way. And maybe there's a lot of changes coming your way too. But in the not too distant future, you're gonna notice some things that are different. I'm gonna be living in a different place pretty soon. Not exactly what I wanted, but if I want to get to where I want to be, it's the next step I got to take. Something comes up, maybe it'll be different, who knows? But 2022 is going to be a really, really different year. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm talking baloney, but I can feel it deep down that something different is going to be lurking around out there. Like at the end of The Last of Us Part 2, Ellie walks off the farm, presumably back to Jackson to find Dina and the baby. Having let go of the past with Joel, she's walking down a path that would lead to a supposedly, hopefully better future, but an unknown one. Kind of the vibe I'm getting from this year too. I honestly don't know what the year's gonna look like. None of us do. But all we can really do is do the best that we can. For guys like us, going to the movies, watching the shows that we're excited about, playing the games we're excited about, talking about them, giving us a chance to escape the misery of everyday life that's running around out there. Enjoy time with friends and family, and staying open to new opportunities that could come your way.
Because tomorrow the sun will rise. Who knows what the tide could bring?
It's really easy to hold on to the past. We wish that we could fix it. But it's done and over with. The last 2 years are now in the books. So we have a new year that's coming our way. It's up to us to make the best of what we got coming.
The world is in our hands. It's left to us, guys. We gotta do something with it.
Thank you guys for continuing to stick around. Sorry I was preaching a bit, but something that I've been wanting to share a little bit. Maybe I'll do this whole end of the year message and reflection kind of thing. I think in a lot of ways it's very therapeutic for me. Hopefully it's therapeutic for you as well. But really, thank you guys so much for watching my content and for sticking by me all this time. I'll continue to be as level-headed and as respectful and maybe a fun escape for you guys as much as I can. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming in the future with movies and anything else that could pop up, maybe exciting movie news that we can start talking about. Hopefully we get some more Spider-Man news, like a Spider-Man 4 possibly, Tobey Maguire. I would love it if they did that, but we'll see. So, in any case, thank you again for sticking around all this time, and here is to the new year 2022. Happy New Year, guys.